Hi guys, I'm going to give this another go. I hope you like my painting. I decided that since I do have a bit of knowledge and experience with essential oils and aromatherapy and that kind of stuff, I might do maybe a series of short little videos where we talk about this stuff. And I'm a great fan of essential oils myself, plant oils. I use them almost every day. However, there's a couple of things that I want to point out first. Oh, yeah. Basically, the idea is that when you see this picture, it's going to be about essential oils. Okay, that's my plan for now because this is one image that I made years and years ago about. I suppose you could see this as the ideal city, or Atlantis, or some such vision of utopia, the perfect world for all of us. And I think that applies somehow to the way nature provides us with all these beautiful components for us to use, for us to enjoy. And so another little bit of caution here that I always like to put in: two things really. The one thing is that you have to work with your own experience always when it comes to this type of stuff, to aromatherapy and working with fragrance. And don't be afraid to be critical of materials, right? Because on the one hand, natural components do deteriorate and oxidize in the course of the years, so this bottle will not be the same quality forever. And that applies to many natural components in particular have this issue that they just don't keep forever. And that's one reason why fragrances in the sense of man-made fragrances and perfume and general, stuff that we put on to smell nice, they're rather different in character from essential oils. And that's something that I always like to stress. You have to be sure what it is that you're using if you want to really benefit best from what it is that you have. And there are very, very many products in the world that say that they're natural and they are not. So you have to, the best judge in all that is your own nose. And you can teach yourself, right, to smell things. If you have a bottle of orange fragrance, for example, and even, you can say, I like this fragrance a lot. That's fine. However, if you compare it to what the smell is of an orange peel, when you peel an orange, and it doesn't, you can tell the difference then, right? That's important. And both of those fragrances have their own function. And so there you go. I always think it's rather good to have a bit of an introduction about this stuff, where we make sure that we know what we're talking about. Now, I was going to put this up about cedarwood oil because we've been talking about this in the community recently, and it's a fabulous product. I personally love cedarwood oil very much. You can see I have two little bottles here. One of them has red lettering on and the other one has normal lettering. And the one with the red lettering is actually an Atlas cedar, and it's slightly different. I'm going to try and put this up so you can actually see. Maybe you can see that there's two different types of oil in there. There is a slight difference in color between the actual oils as well. Or maybe you can see it like this. They're both cedarwood. Cedar normal. I don't remember the Latin name for that. And cedar atlas. Slightly different in function. However, the most important thing that I always stress when talking about cedarwood is that it shuts down the aura. And that's something that nobody says out there. So that's why, it's very interesting to talk about this stuff. What it does, so this is not a personal thing. Like, it's not something that it will do for me and it won't do it for you. It's an energy thing. It doesn't have anything to do with emotion, really, except afterwards. After the fact, of course, I can, it's one way why people either like or dislike a scent is the actual effect that it has on their energy. If shutting down the aura from the outside, like putting you in a wooden box like that, that's more or less what it feels like. If that's something you need, because normally in the everyday world, your aura is way too open, and you keep getting vibrations and emotions and pressure from other people all inside your own energy field all the time, then of course you will like Cedar, because it's all, shut down, it's closed off in a way that's completely natural. It was made for this, that's what I believe, so that our energy inside our own field can reestablish itself. And that's what happens. So there's this, the vitality that's inside each and every one of us reasserts itself. And it's very gentle, very smooth. But the first thing that needs to be done for this to be, to happen, is to close off the aura on the outside towards the outer world. And I suppose most of the time our aura is a way of communicating with the world, with people around us, etc. So, but you can tell from just this bit of information, you can always see whether when someone is really fond of this fragrance, it is because they need it, right? It's because their body is trying to tell them, listen to me, you fool, I want this because I am stuffed full of everybody's energies. Everybody's energy is inside, and I don't get a chance to assert myself. I don't get a chance to heal myself. I don't get a chance to do my job. So I think that's what I have to tell you at the minute about cedarwood, really. There's a slight difference also when you use the wood in, for example, in incense, or even just a piece of wood, which can smell really beautiful, because there's always slight differences in which part of the tree you use. And so yes, that's my thing always is be sure that you have actually got a natural product, if that's what you want, if that's what you need at that moment. Take the best there is, right? And because funnily enough, even though cedarwood is really easy to produce, so it is fairly cheap. These cost like €1.5 each or something, and most of that is the bottle. It's the price of the bottle. I think we used to sell cedarwood oil 5 milliliters for €4 or something like that. So, but still, people will try to sell you synthetics, and they don't do it. That'll be a recurring message in these little tidbits. So, hopefully, that is of some use to you. Next time, I will be talking about more about the citrus fragrances, because those are way more valuable than we know, really. So, best of luck, and thank you for being here. And of course, I will be seeing you soon. Thank you. Bye bye.